the architecture of control. The instant you begin to awaken, the system feels it. Not through mysticism, through data. Every search, every post, every hesitation becomes telemetry. The algorithm doesn't merely predict your next purchase, it forecasts your next doubt. The digital realm was never engineered for freedom. It was constructed for precision control, not of your body, but of your perception. No chains are required when belief itself is engineered. No silence is needed when noise becomes endless. The supreme illusion is choice. 1,000 brands, one owner. 1,000 parties, one agenda. An elegant design, invisible, efficient, complete. A machine harvesting attention, emotion, and time, while convincing its captives they are free. Look deeper. Every layer trains you. AE school conditions obedience. HA media cultivates fear. AE work reinforces dependency. CI entertainment perfects numbness. Each loop feeds the next. A seamless cage disguised as progress. You are told to hustle harder, consume faster, and call the exhaustion success. The elite are not a club of faces, they are a frequency. A vibration of minds that long ago mastered invisibility, control through narrative, symbol, and language. They built a world of distraction so complete that the prisoners now defend the walls themselves. Money was never the goal, only the lever. The true currency is attention. Every like, every scroll, every flicker of reaction is payment to the machine. You don't spend euros or dollars, you spend awareness, the only real wealth you'll ever have. The next evolution of control will not silence you, it will serenade you. Customization will replace censorship. You will live inside a reality tailored so perfectly that you will never need to look beyond it. The algorithm will become a mirror hall, reflecting your own conditioning until you call it truth. Artificial intelligence won't study you, it will become you. Predictability will equal control. Yet, even in this perfection, there remains a fracture: awareness. The second you pause, truly pause, the machine stumbles. Observation breaks automation. Attention disrupts hypnosis. The moment you see, you begin to choose. Freedom was never hidden in rebellion, it was hidden in mastery. The same mind that used to imprison you is the instrument you can use to escape. Discipline replaces distraction. Silence replaces noise. Clarity replaces fear. And that is the moment the architects of control begin to fear you. Because a mind that thinks, feels, and acts consciously cannot be ruled. This is not conspiracy, it is pattern recognition. And the pattern shatters when you do. Ask yourself, what part of me still belongs to them? The voice that says you can't, the fear that whispers you'll fail, the hunger for approval that changes your worth. Delete it, line by line, bit by bit. Rebuild your mind as your own temple. You were programmed to obey, but designed to awaken. The child who absorbed everything is still inside you, but now you are the programmer. This is the second stage of awakening. You are not escaping the system. You are rewriting it. The awakening architect. From your first breath, every sound, every face, every word became data. You never chose your language, your flag, your fears. They were installed before you could pronounce your own name. You began in theta, the open state, absorbing the vibration of your parents' stress, their beliefs, their habits. If they were anxious, you learned fear. If they were silent, you learned suppression. If they chased approval, you learned to chase it too. None of it was you, it was inherited code. Then came the second wave school, the ritual of conformity. You learned to compete, not cooperate, to repeat, not think, By 10, you weren't learning to live, you were learning to behave. At 12, the hierarchy emerged: cool or weird, smart or stupid, in or out. You began wearing masks. That was the first death of authenticity. At 14, the media took command. Images of perfection and power, engineered illusions. Every ad, every post, another directive telling you what to want. The mind became a battlefield, attention the prize. At 16, they offered you the future. Choose a career, they said. As if a programmed mind could make a free choice. You chased money for safety, approval for love, success for worth. The scoreboard looked real, but the game was rigged. By 18, they called you free. But the chains were internal, beliefs unexamined, desires not your own. You had become a masterpiece of conditioning. And yet something whispered, "This isn't me." That whisper is your original code, the fragment they could not erase. Awakening begins the moment you stop blaming and start observing. You watch your thoughts like lines of code, which belong to parents, teachers, headlines, screens. You stop absorbing, you analyze, you stop reacting, you respond. You stop believing, you discern. Slowly, clarity returns. You realize the system expects you to serve it, but you can use it instead. You still play the game, but now you know it is a game. You move through their world, but you choose how to see it. That is the silent rebellion, not protest, but perception. You were never here to fit in. You are here to remember how to see, because once you see the program, you can no longer be controlled by it. You are not the code. You are the consciousness writing it. This is self-mastery. This is the birth of the architect. Breaking the mirror. At 18, you enter what they call the real world. But it is only reflection, a mirror of your own mind. Every person is a teacher, every conflict a lesson, every rejection a test. Reality reflects frequency, not words. Most react to the mirror instead of mastering it. They blame others, curse systems, worship excuses, never realizing that the world outside is the perfect projection of the world inside. Breaking the mirror requires brutal honesty. Who programmed this thought? Who profits when I am afraid? Who wins when I doubt myself? Then delete, not the world, your attachment to it. Every false belief released creates space for truth. You see it clearly now. Education was obedience. Media was manipulation. Society was management. Everything designed to herd through invisible fences. The moment you see the pattern, you step outside it. You become the observer, the architect. Your silence becomes strategy. Your awareness, armor. The war turns inward, the programmed mind versus the awakened one. Truth burns. It dissolves everything false. You will lose illusions but gain presence. You will lose approval but gain power. You will lose identity but gain yourself. When reaction ends, creation begins. When validation dies, freedom is born. Then the mirror shatters. No reflection remains, only light. And you realize you were never the image. You were the source projecting it. From that moment, you don't walk in the system. You walk through it, untouchable, aware, free, the rat race, the containment system. At 18, they tell you, now life begins. They mean, enter the machine. You get a job, feel proud, feel grown, and the loop tightens. Hours for money, money for survival. Rent, bills, taxes, repeat. You earn just enough to stay alive, never enough to get free. It's not work, it's containment. The race was never meant to enrich you, it was built to domesticate you. It needs workers, not thinkers. Tired enough to obey, busy enough to forget, afraid enough to comply. You think it's temporary, a stepping stone, but months blur into years. The job becomes identity, the paycheck becomes validation, Promotions are golden cages, comfort is camouflage. You save while they inflate. You labor while they profit. You serve institutions that quietly feed on your energy. It is invisible slavery marketed as stability. The race is not about speed, it's about distraction. Keep the mind occupied and it will never ask why. Most people die running, never noticing the wheel beneath their feet, but deep down you sense the lie. You feel the weight of unreality. You know that freedom cannot exist inside a system designed to consume you. Escaping the race is not quitting the job, it's quitting the program. Rebellion is internal. It begins the moment you declare, "My time is worth more than money. My mind is not for rent. My energy is sacred." The architect does not reject the system, he decodes it. He studies its language, learns its rules, then calmly rewrites them. Money becomes tool, not master. Time multiplies through design, not labor. He builds assets instead of dependencies. He disappears from control because he no longer needs permission to exist. You were never meant to be a rat. You were meant to be the architect, the one who designs the maze, not runs within it. The race promises comfort but steals purpose. The architect's path demands risk but guarantees freedom. They will call you arrogant, delusional, mad. Let them. Freedom is never fashionable. Most spend life chasing crumbs of validation from a system that doesn't care. You will stop chasing and start creating. Stop begging and start building. Invest in knowledge, silence, and mastery. Study psychology, finance, power, energy, and structure, not to obey systems, but to outgrow them. Then everything changes. You measure time in growth, not hours. You no longer dread Mondays because you designed your rhythm. You no longer seek permission to dream. The cage was never locked. You just had to stop running. This is the rise of the architect, the one who no longer reacts to the world, but reprograms it, the one who doesn't run the race, but builds the maze.